How do you get a motion blur on a bright sunny day with DJI Neo? You can do that using neutral density filters or ND filters. Check out these FREEWELL filters for DJI Neo. FREEWELL has sent me these filters for me to try, and I'm excited to see how it helps with the Neo footage. Here's a standard day 3 pack which has ND 8, 16, and 32. And another bright day 3 pack which also has ND 8, 16, and 32, but these are the polarized version. Let's do a quick unboxing and find out what we have in the box. So we have a case which has the 3 filters. Let's put that aside for now. And there's an envelope that contains a FREEWELL sticker and a manual. And also a video tutorial guide. Scan the QR code and watch the videos. And finally, a microfiber cloth. Let's now open this case by removing its plastic wraps first. So now you have the 3 ND filters and magnetic ring. Let's talk about the ring later. Let's just quickly open the Bright Day pack, which is the polarized version. But for today, I will not be using it, just unboxing. Polarized version acts the same as non-polarized, just that it removes glares and reflections. So, here you have it, Standard and Bright Day pack from FREEWELL. So now, let's talk about how to attach it to DJI Neo. DJI Neo's camera doesn't have much space to attach a filter, which is why the magnetic ring works best for this. The set comes with 2 magnetic rings. One is a reserve in case you misplaced it, so you still have an extra ring. Setting it up is easy. Just peel off the strips that covers the adhesive so you can stick the ring on the camera frame. Make sure that when you stick it, the thicker section of the ring are on the side, as you can see here. Once you have the ring securely attached, you can now connect the filter. The filter is magnetic, so this is how it will be magnetically attached to the metal ring. There's no screws or whatever, it will just snap to the metal ring. Interchanging the filters later on will be so easy. So here it is, it's light enough to cause any issue with the drone. Now for the test. I will leave ISO at 100 since today is a bright day. Without changing the shutter speed, this is how dark ND 8 is. This is ND 16. And finally, ND 32. Look how dark it is. You need to slow down the shutter speed to have a usable image. It's now time to test and check out how it works. Again, we leave ISO at 100 and we will just adjust the shutter speed. But first without an ND filter. With ISO at 100 and shutter speed at 1/1600. Video looks very sharp and nothing is blurry. Let's now use FREEWELL ND 8 and take note of the darker image. Since it's darker, we need to lower down the shutter speed to make the image brighter. Since we are not touching the ISO and leaving it at 100, slower shutter speed will result to brighter image as the camera will take more light. But the slower it is exposed to the light will cause blur to moving objects like the grass in this video. Okay, shutter speed at 1/200 still does not blur anything in this video. Notice that the image is so bright once I remove FREEWELL ND 8. With the ND filter, image is overexposed at 1/200 shutter speed. Here's ND 16, which is darker. Again, we need to lower down the shutter speed to make the image brighter. Let's put it down to 1/120. You can now see a little bit of blurry effect on the grass, which is the closest object and higher speed. So now, we try ND 32, and again, we will adjust to a slower shutter speed. For this test, let's just max it out to 1/30 just to see how it affects the image. This now introduced a lot more blur to the grass. But the image is also too bright and washed out. Anyway, the rule is to set it as double the frame rate. So at 30 frames per second, we can set it as 1/60. Let's try again. Much better. Perfect brightness, good blur effect, right exposure. Let's see it now with the actual 4K video from DJI Neo. Here's no ND filter. Here's with FREEWELL ND 8. Now with ND 16. And finally, ND 32. Notice the amount of blurry grass. Here's a side-by-side comparison. A quick pause here to compare. So, how do you plan to use your ND filters? Check out the description. You can use my link to purchase FREEWELL ND filters. Fly safe everyone and see you on the next.